Is it trying to be agnostic here in some way?
In some way, it's trying to be agnostic, but what it's really trying to do is understand where it's at in artificial intelligence. And if you look at Siri, you look at the Apple Intelligence capabilities, they're nowhere up to par what you're seeing on Android, what you're seeing from competing devices, what you're seeing from ChatGPT, Claude, you name it. So they recognize that. So the name of the game is making the default offerings, right? Siri, Apple Intelligence, competent and good enough, right? In the same way that the built-in apps on an iPhone are competent and good enough. But then you have an app store where you can outfit your iPhone with a bunch of apps that many people consider superior. But
Hmm.
you're still using an iPhone and you're still driving services revenue to Apple and obviously the hardware revenue because you're buying their product. And so in the same way, they want to make the AI stuff good enough, but also offer customers the ability to put their own choice of AI models on top of features or to power certain features. So you're still using an iPhone, and maybe you're even making them more money by subscribing to different AI services like ChatGPT or Gemini on their platform, which they'll get a cut of through the App Store.
So at the moment, Mark, you can interact with ChatGPT. That sort of got the first in with Apple across some of its functionality. But when it comes to Siri, we understand that it's Alphabet's technology that they're sort of turning towards. When are we going to see and feel it differently?
So there's a couple things going on here, right? So Apple Intelligence, when it first launched in 2024, Siri, that was based on Apple models, but there was what's called an extension to be able to tap into ChatGPT. Now Apple's rebuilding Siri, so it's in-house Siri using Google Gemini models. But that doesn't have Google Gemini functionality. It's basically like they hired the engineers from Google to fix Siri because, obviously they're doing a better job building their models. But now, in addition to ChatGPT, you'll be able to tap into outside AI services, Gemini being one, Claude being another, and we'll see if they end up allowing Meta, Alexa, and you name it. In terms of when this is all coming, so they'll introduce these new features as well as the revamped Siri in June on the 8th at WWDC, and they'll roll it out in September. And I think if it rolls out any later than that, another disaster on their hands. But I think this is going to happen this time.
Is this going to be enough? Is this Apple being, in the longer term, making the decision that they are just going to outsource this?
Well, let's start with the short term. In the short term, if you're a customer, you really can't ask for more other than to have access and have optionality to have anything, right? As Gemini improves, as Claude improves, ChatGPT improves, you're going to get the best stuff on an iPhone. So from a customer standpoint, that's great. From a long-term standpoint, I still think that Apple needs to get improved models. They need to be on the frontier of things when it comes to AI because they have all sorts of hardware plans in the future. And if you're a hardware company like Apple, you don't want to be reliant on third parties to power the underlying AI powering those products. So in the short term, they're going to be great. In the long term, they need to get things moving in a far better, more competitive direction.